Hello there everybody, I want to welcome you back to Lost Odyssey. It's Chocolate Milk, and we're about to be going up against, in my opinion, either the hardest boss battle in the game or the top 3. This definitely makes the top 3. To start out with, you're going to want to have a ability called Break Hit on Kaim and Seth. Tolten knows it naturally. I'm telling you right now, get Break Hit. It will save you headaches. It will save your life. So you need Tolten for this battle for sure. Kaim, Seth. You will want Sarah and you'll want Jansen. That is my preference. You'll want Jansen for the move Forcia, and you'll want Sarah because she's a great caster. Alright, so I'm going to be getting more into the boss battle. When we get upstairs, you'll see that this video is about almost 18 minutes long. This boss battle actually took me about 20 minutes. I tried to speed it up a little bit for you guys because it's probably going to be a little bit painful to watch a 15-minute boss battle. But I'm definitely not exaggerating when I say that this boss battle is the worst. It truly is. But there's the stone that we need. There it is.
That's it.
Hey, let's just go grab it, because things should just be that simple all the time.
Leave this to me.
I'm an expert in stoneology. Oh, Jansen, you're an expert in squat. I'll tell you that much. You don't know nothing because look at the trouble you just caused. You are a jerk. Okay. And we can blame Jansen because this boss would not be summoned unless Jansen was an idiot.
Yikes.
Now another thing I forgot to mention is there's an accessory that you can have on a character that will allow them to not be able to be moved, like affected by party formation. That's probably an important thing to have too, because this boss has a variety of different things it can do. So I'm gonna start out with I don't actually have the break hit for Kaim, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna use it to my advantage a little bit. You'll see that there's 2 keystones, and then you have the big Ancient Fiend behind you. Your immediate instinct is going to be to go for the keystones, but for the love of God, I am begging you, do not go near the keystones. You want to take down the Ancient Fiend ASAP. Alright, so with Tolten, Seth, and Kaim, you want to attack the Ancient Fiend with Break Hit. With Sarah and Jansen, you're going to want to do a variety of healing, and you're going to want to take out the left-hand keystone. The left-hand keystone is allowing the Ancient Fiend to use counter on you, alright? And the right keystone is having a magic barrier on the Ancient Fiend so that you can't hit it with magic. You do not want to attack the right keystone though. It's a really bad idea. Just don't do it, trust me. Ancient Fiend is the priority here. He comes first because he has a whopping, I don't even know how much HP he has. I'll put on an item so you can see how much HP he has later. But this battle took me 20 minutes with 3 immortals that were at level 54, which is 20 levels higher than they should, or probably about 15 levels higher than they should be right now. So that just gives you an idea about how much this battle sucks. Now you can also, and it might not be a bad idea to buff your team a little bit if you have the HP and the time to do it before the battle really starts to get going. You'll be hit with both magic and physical spells. Now the keystones are mostly going to be a nuisance more than anything. You can see that they'll screw up your party formation, which breaks down your guard condition, making your whole team in danger. They can also fix you in place so that you can't actually, like he just did there, he fixed Seth in place so I can no longer put her back in the front row, which is a pain because she does less damage when she's in the back row. So that's kind of inconvenient for me. But the break hit is an ability, so it shouldn't have too much effect on on her attack power. I'm hoping. And that's a pain because you're gonna have to use one of your turns to get your party formation, which is why I'm gonna be using Kaim to my advantage. He's still doing damage, but it's much easier to get Seth and Tolten to do the majority of the damage. So I'm gonna be using him for the healing or any MP restore items and formation and things like that, and then I'll just be using him for power hit in the spare time. The Keystones will also do other things like use a spell delay, which will make you move slower, so it might take you 2 turns to use a spell or an ability that would only otherwise take you 1. For example, he's going to use slower on Sarah, which will make her cast spells slower. On top of getting attacked, if a mage gets attacked, it breaks their concentration. And you can see Tolten's gonna have to do his attack in the next turn. So these guys are more of a nuisance than anything else. They'll slow you down, they'll shuffle your party around and just screw you over in that aspect. But the Ancient Fiend is going to be pretty much doing 99% of the damage. It's got that really deadly counter on it. It's also got a magical counter. If you happen to hit it with a magical spell, it will counter, which is super deadly. It has successive waves where it will hit one party member twice. It's kind of like a combo for that particular enemy. I'm going to put on an item here so we can see how much HP we've got for these guys. Alright, so about 7,000 each for the Keystone and a whopping 15,000 for the Ancient Fiend. So that's huge. It's a biggie. So this really sucks. I'm just gonna kind of look up this little strategy here just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I really want to give you as much information that I can with this, but I'm pretty sure I've mentioned everything. When the left keystone goes down, the Ancient Fiend loses its physical attack counter, which I've already mentioned. When the right keystone gets down, it loses its magical attack counter. Because of this, the left keystone should be your focus, because you're of course doing most of the attacking with your physical attackers. Do not kill the right keystone until after the big fiend is dead. If he's left without protection, he'll double up on his offense and start casting Fear and Shadowus. Alright, so the order, I guess, the order that you want to do this battle in, of course, like I said, the Ancient Fiend is always the priority. You always want to attack him first. And then the left keystone, it'll take off the physical counter, and then the right keystone. And at this point, you can see I've started to speed up the game a little bit. I've just sped up my choosing from my commands, but I'm keeping the commands in so you can see what it is that I did if I missed it. The reason for that is just because this boss battle is so long, and I think you kind of see a pattern going on here. I haven't really changed up a whole lot. I'm basically using Break Hit like I've been doing the whole battle with Kaim, Seth, and Tolten, and as you can see there, I'll just show you. I accidentally hit with magic and he hit Jansen, which took a big chunk of his power out. I'm using Sarah mostly for white magic healing. If I need it, I'll be using her. She has the best white magic. And I'm using Jansen for his attack Forcia. Really great attack, and I'm using Hit to whittle down the left keystone. I want that stupid counter out of the way. It's not a big deal. It doesn't do too much damage, but it's still very annoying. And then, of course, with Kaim, also in my spare time, if he manages to shuffle around my party like he just did again for the billionth time, I use Kaim to fix the formation so that our team isn't in much danger. Now, if you die in this battle, like if Sarah or Seth or Kaim die, keep in mind that they are immortal, and if you don't revive them, they will eventually come back, I think in 3 turns. Now, truth be told, I don't think you can really afford it in this battle unless you're really getting really lucky, but if you're really low on healing items, I would suggest bringing back Jansen if he dies, or Tolten, because they don't come back on their own. Obviously, they're mortal, and once they're dead, they're dead. So items are really good in this battle too. You can also use bombs, like if you're running low on MP and you just don't have the time to use MP restore items, you can use Grounda, you can use any kind of bomb, Fire, Flare, Aqua, Grounda. If you have like Groundis or Fireis or Aquaris bombs, those are even better. And that's kind of a last resort thing. If you're really, really in a lot of danger, you can do that. I mean, just weigh out all your options. And if you do die, and you just find that you want to change your team up, like Jansen wasn't working for you, or you had someone at a higher level, I guess you can use them too. But I would really suggest sticking with this team, because they all work really well together. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely in my top 3 boss battles. The final boss battle of this game is a fucking bitch to defeat, and the next battle we're going to be going into is a total bitch to defeat, mostly because it's just timed. But this in itself is pretty much one of the harder boss battles that's not like the final boss or a timed battle. And if you can live through this when you're at level 40 with everybody, then I congratulate you. I had such a hard time my first playthrough on this, with all my party members just being at the regular level. I can't remember if I died, because I played this game through so many times now, but yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm about 15 levels ahead with 3 of my party members, because it just makes it that much easier for me. So as you can see, Tolten died. So on my next turn, I'm going to be using a lot of the MP restore points, or the restoring items, and then I'm going to bring Tolten back to get rid of that Ancient Fiend, because now that the counter is off, we killed off the left keystone thanks to mostly Jansen's hard work. We only really have to worry about the Ancient Fiend for now. We can pretty much focus all our attention on it. It probably doesn't have that much HP left, quite honestly. And then we can whittle away on the right keystone. So as you can see, my team's getting a little tired at this point. Seth and Tolten have used up all their MP. Jansen's kind of getting halfway. Sarah's losing quite a bit of MP as well as Kaim. So at this point in the battle, it's probably about, I don't know, 15 minutes in on my game. I'm just like feeling the effects, but still holding on. All those items you've been collecting in the game so far from the whole game is really going to come in handy here if you haven't been using them a whole lot, you know, or if you really like to stock up on your items and you buy stuff every time you go to a store, then that's definitely going to be good for you. And since you didn't get a save points for so long, like you only got one halfway through this dungeon, it really sucks to have to go back. It's very annoying because you have to do all of those puzzles that we did and all the splitting up and all that crap. So once you get rid of the Ancient Fiend, this battle is so easy. It's just the Ancient Fiend hiding back there behind his stupid keystones, doing all of the attacking. That's just very, very annoying. Now I didn't speed up the actual commands this time, but I chose to speed up the actual battle time, because I figured that would be more efficient. If you saw what I had chosen for commands, you can just see how I executed that in battle. And I really don't like making, I think this video in total with all the scenes in the beginning and the end came out to be about 25 minutes, and I feel that's kind of long for a video, so I really tried to make this go as fast as I could. I hope you guys can all understand what I'm saying with this battle, and you understand it just by looking at what I've shown. If you have any questions or you didn't quite catch something from me speeding it up, feel free to ask in the comments. But I feel like I've explained it fairly well. I've pretty much griped on about it. Having break hit is important, having Sarah is important for the white magic. Jansen is probably your best bet with his attack Forcia. He's got the best black magic in the game. And make use of anything you have. Use items if you have to, if you really want to use your items. And another thing that'd be really good to have that I forgot to mention in the very beginning of the video is to have a party formation accessory on that will allow you to not be moved, especially if you want to have it on your front row characters like Seth or Kaim, so that they can keep that guard condition up for the front row. And there we go. Now that the Ancient Fiend is gone, we can pretty much kill this keystone in the next turn, because this thing isn't, you can hit it with physical attacks just fine. We're basically going to use it as a punching bag for our rage and having to fight this stupid boss. So that's it, guys. Go for the left keystone first to kill off the counter, go for the Ancient Fiend, and then lastly go for the right keystone. Congratulations for beating one of the boss battles and my top 3 hardest boss battles of the game. We are done in the Ancient Ruins after we watch this scene.
Watch out!
That's what you get, Jansen, for being an idiot and getting us into all this trouble in the first place, you jackass.
Look at that. He did it all just to get the stone. You could learn from him.
I see.
So we got our stone, we got what we came for, and we can now go back to the Nautilus and we can continue on in the story now. We'll be going back to the Ancient Ruins, like I said, in quite a few videos.
It'll explode if you drop it.
A little dangerous. I mean, that thing could kill us all.
Yeah. Here, catch.
I love this part of the game. He's just like, no, don't throw that at me. Oh, that was like triple face palm right there from all of them. Tolten, you idiot, why didn't you catch it? He's still a little bit of a pansy, but we're working on it. He's holding out pretty well, I think. He has to, hanging out with our bunch of people here.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about him. I don't think he was breastfed.
I don't think he was breastfed. Oh my god, Jensen. The things that come out of your mouth, I tell you. So inappropriate. So that stone very conveniently just fits in this little part of the ship. This is going to give the Nautilus all of its mighty power that's going to make it like the best ship ever. So, yay us. This is the end of this video. Sorry it was a little bit long, but we are out of the Ancient Ruins, and I'm hoping to see you next time when we continue on, so thanks for watching.